I'm Alex Ross, and this is the story of my BMW E30s, a 92 Cabriolet and an 89 Touring. My first experience with BMW E30s was an 83 320i and then an 86 323i. I've owned my Mauritius Blue 325 Cabrio since '97, and if you're wondering about the plate, well, I've had that since 1989, before BMW had even thought of an M2. In the 90s, I worked at T. Macmillan BMW in Auckland, where I sold this car to her first owner. When he traded it 5 years later, I became her second owner. She was built in December '91 and collected from Park Lane BMW London on the BMW Tourist Delivery Program. 3 months later, in March '92, the car was shipped to New Zealand. She was ordered with most of the factory options available at the time, including leather upholstery, air conditioning, an onboard computer with remote control, electric folding soft top, a very rare hard top, limited slip diff, and an MTEC 2 steering wheel. Retail price as a new car in '91, just over $100,000. I had the MTEC 2 body kit fitted in 2000, when she also had a full repaint. At the same time, I fitted the Scorpion exhaust with M3 DTM tailpipes and the strut brace, which is an absolute necessity on a Cabrio. It makes an incredible improvement to the driving feel and the body rigidity. When I bought her, she'd travelled 92,000 Ks and was used as my daily driver for the first couple of years. I soon decided that she was a long-term keeper, and driving it every day was going to be detrimental to maintaining its excellent condition. So I parked her up in the garage and bought a classic Range Rover as my daily. Over the years, she's had minor paint corrections, and back in '21, I had the leather recoloured. The soft top was replaced in '06, and a new electric motor for the folding top was fitted recently. The wheels are 15-inch Ronell LS, which are identical to the BMW crossspokes that she had originally, except for the polished lip. They're also slightly wider, which gives me a little bit more rubber on the road with a 225/50 tyre. Apart from the wheels, the Scorpion exhaust, K&N air filter, and the strut brace, she's a completely standard car. And with mileage now at 160,000 Ks, she still drives like a new one. Let's have a closer look at my '89 Touring, built as a 320. It started life as a BMW breakdown service vehicle based in Hamilton. In the event of a breakdown, the service vehicle in your area with a technician would come to you and attend to the problem with your car. The MTEC 2 body kit, including the very rare tailgate window spoiler, was dealer fitted to this car when it was new. We first bought the car in April 2000 at about 150,000 Ks, and it was driven by my partner Graham until we sold it to the BMW Car Club in 2008. There, it became the on-track safety car for the BMW E30 race series for the next 10 years. During that time, she didn't do much mileage, as it was essentially only used on race days. Current mileage is just over 300,000 Ks. In 2018, the club sold the car to an E30 touring enthusiast in Cambridge. It was July 2020, during the lockdowns, and I'm browsing the market looking for a touring on Trade Me pages, as one does. And there it was, our old touring being offered for sale. I said to Graham, "That's our old car. I'm going to buy it back." And so I did. Sadly, it wasn't in quite the condition that you see it now, and I soon started planning its restoration. The first step was being to remove all the old BMW racing livery and the emergency lights that were still on the roof. Nothing that a few $1,000s wouldn't fix, I thought, and so it began. By February 21, a full repaint was complete, and a replacement M20 B25 engine had been modified and stroked to 2.8 litres, with new pistons, a 330 crank, and a 272 Schrick cam. Now making 225 horses and 240 torques, it's lots of fun to drive, and with the adrenaline rear exhaust, it sounds fantastic. I've had her down at Mary Mary, where she does a standing quarter mile in 15.7 seconds. About the same as an E30 M3 Evo. The manual gearbox still has the short shifter that I fitted 20 years ago, and we've changed the diff from a 410 to a 364. The lowered suspension has Coney shocks and Eibach coils in the front with Bilsteins and standard 318 coils in the back. I've also fitted the M3 offset control arm bushes, making the steering much more direct. The wheels are 17-inch BMW style 24 replicas and were on my Cabrio for about 20 years before I swapped them to the Touring. She has a new interior with M-Tech upholstery, a black Alcantara headliner and the retro Venetian blind on the tailgate. Unique to this car is the roof rack, which was never a factory option for E30 and is actually from an E36. When I look at her, I think that the customising I've done to the car, including the roof rack, the motorsport pinstriping, the wheels and the interior, set her apart from any other E30 Touring and finishes off the style of the car quite distinctively. My two E30s first sat next to each other in our garage in the early 2000s, and here they are doing it again in the early 2020s. You could call it the ultimate driving reunion. Anyway, that's the tale of my BMW E30s, and I hope you've enjoyed it.